Welcome to Obituarypedia. Join us as we honor the stars, visionaries, and icons who passed between February 11th and 15th, 2023 in the United States. Raquel Welch, she was born in September 1940 and she died in February 2023. Her age was 82 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was cardiac arrest. An American actress and singer, she first gained attention for her role in Fantastic Voyage in 1966. She became a major international sex symbol after appearing in a deerskin bikini in 1 million years BC. Welch later won a Golden Globe Award for her performance in The Three Musketeers in 1974. Tom Luddy, he was born in June 1943 and he died in February 2023. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from Parkinson's disease. A highly influential American film producer and co-founder of the Telluride Film Festival, he was a key figure in the independent film world, known for championing international and art house cinema. Luddy also worked closely with Francis Ford Coppola's production company, American Zoetrope. David Joyker, he was born in September 1968 and he died in February 2023. His age was 54 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Known professionally as Trugoy the Dove, he was a founding member of the influential hip-hop trio De La Soul. The group was celebrated for its electric sampling, witty wordplay, and positive themes. Their debut album 3 Feet High and Rising is considered a masterpiece of the genre. Tim Eimer, he was born in September 1963 and he died in February 2023. His age was 59 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American heavy metal vocalist known for his powerful and melodic voice. He was the lead singer of the progressive metal band Pharaoh. He was also notable for his work with Control Denied, the band formed by legendary guitarist Chuck Schuldiner of Death. Spencer Wiggins, he was born in January 1942 and he died in February 2023. His age was 81 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American soul and gospel singer who recorded for the Gold Wax record label. He was a prominent figure in the Memphis soul scene of the 1960s. Though he never achieved major mainstream success, he is highly regarded by soul music enthusiasts as a deep soul legend. Huey Piano Smith, he was born in January 1934 and he died in February 2023. His age was 89 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American R&B pianist whose style was a major influence on the development of rock and roll. He was a key figure in the New Orleans R&B scene in the 1950s. His most famous hits with his group, The Clowns, include Rocking Pneumonia and Don't You Just Know It. Ted Lerner, he was born in October 1925 and he died in February 2023. His age was 97 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from pneumonia. An American real estate developer who founded Lerner Enterprises, a prominent firm in the Washington, D.C. area. In 2006, his group purchased the Washington Nationals baseball team from Major League Baseball. He was the principal owner when the team won its first World Series title in 2019. Linda King Newell, she was born in January 1941 and she died in February 2023. Her age was 82 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. An American historian and author who specialized in the history of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Her 1984 biography, Mormon Enigma, Emma Harold Smith, is a foundational work in Mormon history. She also served as the editor of the independent journal Dialogue, a journal of the Mormon thought. David Singmaster, he was born in December 1938 and he died in February 2023. His age was 84 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American-British mathematician who was a professor at London South Bank University. He became famous for his Singmaster notation, the standard method for recording Rubik's Cube moves. His book Notes on Rubik's Magic Cube was one of the first and most influential guides to solving the puzzle. J. Paul Taylor, he was born in August 1920 and he died in February 2023. His age was 102 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart attack. An American Democratic politician and educator who served in the New Mexico House of Representatives for 18 years. He was known as the conscience of the legislature for his advocacy on education, healthcare, and art. His historic home in Mesilla, New Mexico was donated as a state historic site. Marshall Eddie Conway, he was born in April 1946 and he died in February 2023. His age was 76 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. A former leading member of the Baltimore chapter of the Black Panther Party, he was convicted of murder in 1971 and served 44 years in prison, maintaining his innocence and becoming a political prisoner for many. After his release in 2014, he became an author and producer for the Real News Network. Paul Berg, he was born in June 1926 and he died in February 2023. His age was 96 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American biochemist and a Nobel laureate, often called the father of genetic engineering, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1980 for his work on recombinant DNA. Berg also organized the 1975 Asilomar Conference, which established safety guidelines for genetic research. Howard Bragman, he was born in February 1946 and he died in February 2023. His age was 66 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was acute monocytic leukemia. A renowned American public relations expert, crisis manager, and LGBTQ activist, he was known for his expertise in coming out stories, guiding celebrities like Chaz Bono and Cheryl Swoops. Bragman was a prominent media commentator on celebrity culture and public image. Donald Spoto, he was born in June 1941 and he died in February 2023. His age was 81 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was brain hemorrhage. An American biographer and theologian who wrote over 29 books, he was best known for his detailed and critical biographies of film stars and directors. His notable subjects included Alfred Hitchcock, Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, and Grace Kelly. Robert Geddes, he was born in December 1923 and he died in February 2023. His age was 99 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An influential American architect and a former dean of the Princeton University School of Architecture, he was a key proponent of human-centered modernism. His firm Geddes Pressure Cools Cunningham designed notable buildings like the police headquarters in Philadelphia. Catherine McCardle Kelleher, she was born in January 1939 and she died in February 2023. Her age was 84 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death were complications from cardiovascular disease. An American political scientist and expert on international security, she held senior policy positions, including at the United States Department of Defense under President Clinton. Kelleher also founded the influential organization Women in International Security. John E. Woods, he was born in August 1942 and he died in February 2023. His age was 80 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An acclaimed American literary translator known for his English translations of modern German authors, he won the National Book Award for his translation of Arno Schmidt's Evening Etched in Gold. He is most celebrated for his retranslations of all the major novels by Thomas Mann. Robert Dean Hunter, he was born in June 1928 and he died in February 2023. His age was 94 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American politician and academic administrator at Abilene Christian University, a Republican, he served in the Texas House of Representatives for 20 years. He was the first Republican to represent Abilene in the state legislature since Reconstruction. David Orek, he was born in September 1923 and he died in February 2023. His age was 99 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American entrepreneur who founded the Orek Corporation, a manufacturer of vacuum cleaners. He became the face of his company, starring in its famous television commercials. He built his brand around lightweight, durable designs originally intended for the hotel industry. Emil C. Gottschalk, he was born in January 1935 and he died in February 2023. His age was 88 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American physician-scientist at the Rockefeller University, he was renowned for developing the first effective vaccines against meningococcal meningitis. His work, which began while he was in the United States Army, has saved millions of lives worldwide. Gary L. Harrow, he was born in June 1951 and he died in February 2023. His age was 71 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was glioblastoma. A United States Army Major General and a legendary figure in the special operations community. He was a commander of the elite Delta Force and participated in numerous operations, including the Battle of Mogadishu. He also held senior command roles in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Jesse Trevino, he was born in December 1946 and he died in February 2023. His age was 76 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cancer. A celebrated Mexican-American artist known for his photorealistic paintings and murals depicting San Antonio's West Side. A Vietnam War veteran, he lost his painting arm in the war and learned to paint with his left. His large-scale tile murals, like Spirit of Healing, are iconic city landmarks. W. Russell Todd, he was born in May 1928 and he died in February 2023. His age was 94 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. A United States Army Major General who served in both the Korean and Vietnam Wars. He was a key figure in the military's transition from a drafted force to an all-volunteer one. After his military career, he served as president of Norwich University, his alma mater. Jerry Jarrett, he was born in September 1942 and he died in February 2023. His age was 80 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was esophageal cancer. An American professional wrestling promoter and former wrestler, he co-founded the Memphis-based Continental Wrestling Association with Jerry the King Lawler. He also co-founded Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, TNA, with his son Jeff Jarrett in 2002. Lee James, he was born in October 1953 and he died in February 2023. His age was 69 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American weightlifter who competed in the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal. He won the silver medal in the light heavyweight category. James was a prominent figure in American weightlifting during the 1970s. Roger Bobo, he was born in June 1938 and he died in February 2023. His age was 84 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American tuba virtuoso, soloist, and teacher, he was a principal tubist for the Los Angeles Philharmonic for 25 years. Bobo is widely regarded as one of the most influential brass players of the 20th century. Doug Fisher, he was born in March 1947 and he died in February 2023. His age was 75 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American professional football player who was a linebacker in the NFL. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers from 1969 to 1970. He was drafted by the Steelers in the 12th round of the 1969 NFL-AFL draft. Roger Bunk, he was born in June 1944 and he died in February 2023. His age was 78 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American-born professional football player who was a linebacker. He played one season in the Canadian Football League for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He played college football at the University of North Dakota. Conrad Dobler, he was born in October 1950 and he died in February 2023. His age was 72 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from CTE. An American professional football player who was an offensive guard in the NFL. He played for the St. Louis Cardinals, New Orleans Saints, and Buffalo Bills. Dobler was a three-time Pro Bowler, known for his aggressive and notoriously dirty style of play. Brian Dubois, he was born in April 1967 and he died in February 2023. His age was 55 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cancer. An American professional baseball pitcher who played in Major League Baseball (MLB). He was a left-handed pitcher for the Detroit Tigers for 2 seasons in 1989 and 1990. He was originally drafted by the Baltimore Orioles in 1985. Charlie Ferguson, he was born in November 1939 and he died in February 2023. His age was 83 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American professional football player who was a tight end and wide receiver. He played in the American Football League for the Cleveland Browns, Minnesota Vikings, and Buffalo Bills. He was an AFL All-Star and 2-time AFL champion with the Bills. Alan Green, he was born in February 1938 and he died in February 2023. His age was 84 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American professional football player who was a punter and place kicker. He played for the Dallas Cowboys in the National Football League. He played college football at the University of Mississippi, where he was part of the 1960 National Championship team. Greg McMacken, he was born in April 1945 and he died in February 2023. His age was 77 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American football coach who served as the head coach for the University of Hawaii from 2008 to 2011. He also had a long career as a defensive coordinator in college and the NFL. He was a defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Neil Stoner, he was born in 1936 and he died in February 2023. His age was 86 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. An American college athletics administrator, he served as the athletic director at California State University, Fullerton, and the University of Illinois. He was credited with reviving the Illinois football program by hiring coach Mike White. John M. Veach, he was born in June 1945 and he died in February 2023. His age was 77 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. A Hall of Fame American thoroughbred horse trainer, he trained the champion colt Elida, who famously finished second to Affirmed in the all 3 Triple Crown races in 1978. Veach also won the 1985 Breeders' Cup Classic with Proud Truth. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.